So I was asked the other day to cover self-care and if massages, if going and getting in the sauna, if ice baths are all worth it. How often should you be going? And my answer for this is that you should do it as needed. So the question really came up and arose from the idea that, well, this woman was talking about how there is a coach in her area that was saying how they get massages almost every day, going multiple times a week. And I was letting her know that this can be a good thing, if especially if you're an athlete, to help with active recovery, to help with blood flow, especially if you're trying to do rehab for any injuries, if you're dealing with any aches and pains. Um, the dry needling, the scraping, the cupping, the massaging can go a long way. However, I find in a lot of cases, people don't necessarily need it all the time when they could be doing other things that take priority, things that are more of your on your own self-care. So not necessarily having to go and get a massage, going to the chiropractor, that kind of thing, but actually actively stretching each day. A lot of people that will go and get massages aren't even doing the basic things that they should be, like stretching out their hips, stretching out their shoulders each day, making sure they're rolling out self-myofascial release, or just making sure they're doing some passive and static stretches when they are out in front of the TV. You also can be going to a sauna if you have access to one. This can be a great way to just heat up the body and make sure that you are having a self-care meditate, more like a meditation, more like a self-care, but also a good practice to have overall for just increasing your ability to deal with stress. So sauna is a good one. Taking cold showers can be also another great way to just implement self-care, making sure that you are, if you have a massage gun, that's also one of those guns, the vibration guns or percussion guns. Those are good to use. So yeah, self-care is good. I would say going at least, if you can, once a month wouldn't be a bad way to go about getting a massage, to work out any kinks, to make sure that you can fully relax and promoting that active recovery. So next question I had was on sugar cravings and what you can do to prevent them. This person is just now starting to begin to have awareness in their diet, starting to track their food, and has a sweet tooth. And I can relate to this one. So how do you go about managing your sugar cravings? One of the best ways to make sure that you're managing your sugar cravings is to prevent your blood sugar levels from spiking too much, your insulin dropping too much, because this is what's going to really drive you to want to have that sugar. So your body is going to salivate more. It's going to crave sugar if you are dipping in blood sugar. And the way you can prevent this is making sure you're eating fiber-rich foods, making sure that you are not just eating highly refined sugars, processed sugars, things that come in packages, refined carbs. This is all going to be high on that glycemic index, which is going to cause you to spike your blood sugar, and it's going to drop real fast. So you want to make sure that you're having apples. You want to make sure you're having just different granola grains, as well as your bananas. You got your oranges, just different kinds of fruits, making sure you have different kinds of vegetables as well. You can have your chia and flax seeds that are going to help with your fiber intake. Your whole wheat bread, Dave's Killer Bread is always a good choice to go with, but making sure that you actually have fiber rich meals that are going to help satiate you and help control your blood sugar a little bit easier, as well as exercising. Exercising helps to decrease insulin resistance. It can help to just manage hormonal levels. So actually having activity in your life can go a long way with managing cravings as well, and making sure that you aren't fasting. Fasting can promote or can promote cravings just because by the time you go to eat, you're starving. And if you don't have a plan in place, if you don't have your meals planned out, you're going to grab the first thing that comes to mind or the first thing that's in front of you. And typically what that is those packaged foods, those highly refined sugars. So I would go over fasting, but that's going to be the training I'm going to give you guys tomorrow. So look forward to that. I'll be sending that out to your guys' email as well as posting that on the Facebook page. So if you guys have been interested in intermittent fasting, how to do it and what it is exactly, I will be covering that tomorrow. You guys have a wonderful rest of your night and stay dry with this winter storm coming through. Take care, everybody.